the political temperature in this country from the northern perspective.
Yeah.
We've read many times, we've had people sit where you're sitting from the north, the Northern League, different people from the north who express dissatisfaction with President Tinubu, particularly over appointments.
Yeah.
What is your position on that?
I agree with them. I think that President Tinubu's appointments are quite imbalanced. But unlike others that think, oh, the appointments are skewed towards Southwest, no. Please, don't blame the Southwest for what one individual is doing. Okay? As a Northerner and someone that lived half of his life under military rule, we have suffered that. The military takes power, they do things, the head of state is a Northerner, he messes up, every Northerner is blamed. No. Yorubas are very honorable people. Okay? But there is a difference even in Yoruba land between an Omoluabi, okay, who is the ideal Yoruba person with morals and character, and an area boy. Okay? So I want people to stop saying it's Southwest. Look, President Tinubu is appointing his own boys. Not because they are Yoruba, but because they are his own boys. And most of the appointments do not even reasonably cover the Southwest. Okay, so people should stop confusing the two. The appointments are not balanced. Yes, definitely. Definitely.
Right.
You cannot argue that. But it's not a Yoruba thing. Please don't punish the Yorubas as you have been punishing Northerners for the sins of the military. Okay? Let's focus on individuals and hold them accountable. President Tinubu needs to do something about that. It's still not too late, he can correct it, but there is palpable anger in the north, and all the people around him, all those telling him that everything is quiet, they cannot go to the north and say vote for APC or vote for Tinubu today. But it's 2 years to the elections, it's not too late to correct things, and he knows. I have passed this message through many of those close to him. I hope they have the guts to tell him.
Right. I mean, you've talked quite a bit about the North in general and Kaduna, your state in particular. What's your profile like there now? I mean, I'm wondering what sort of relationship you have with your successor, Governor Uba Sani.
Look, Uba Sani has been my friend for many, many years. But he is not my friend anymore. Because for me, the word friendship is a very important concept. God gave us our relatives. He chose our relatives for us. We have no choice. But thank God we can choose our friends. And for me, a friend is someone that has some fidelity to some ethical and moral standards and will be there for you when you need him, not when there is time to party or enjoy. And I try to live that. Okay? And those that are my friends know that I will be there for them when they need me, and I will rise and defend them. That's what I call friend. Uba Sani is not my friend. Nuhu Ribadu is not my friend. They were my friends at some point, but not anymore. Okay? As to what is happening in Kaduna, I don't comment on any job that I walked away from. I left BPE 22 years ago. I only went there to interview the DG for my PhD something, and then they came and interviewed me when they were doing a review of the privatization program. Since I left the FCT, I never went back there until my former classmate in Barewa, Mohammed Bello, became minister and wanted to see me repeatedly, so I decided to drive into his office. I don't comment with what I'm done with. So I won't comment about Kaduna. Those that say I am relevant or not relevant in Kaduna, I don't comment on that. Let us wait. In 2027, we will see who is relevant and who is not.
Well, under his watch, Uba Sani, you were accused of massive corruption. To quote them, the State House of Assembly investigated you. recommended that you be fully prosecuted. The lawmakers allege that hundreds of billions of naira was siphoned off by your administration, money that was simply spirited away, according to them, with no projects to show for it, leaving the state horribly indebted. He felt it was his responsibility because he's the chief executive of the state, and that I mean, it's not a matter of friendship, it's about responsibility to the people of Kaduna State. You denied the charges, calling them a political witch hunt, insisting that you governed with integrity, and you suggest that the motive is to damage your political prospects.
Yes.
Tell us more.
Look, if the State House of Assembly is investigating my administration and they have questions, I think the basic principles of fair hearing require that I am invited. I was never invited. Okay? I have read the report of the State House of Assembly where at the end of the report they said 423 billion was siphoned out. There is nowhere in the report where they tabulated that 427.73 billion from where to where. Money doesn't disappear these days. Money is all electronic. From where did this money move to where? Okay? And the State Assembly recommended that I should be investigated by ICPC and EFCC, blah, blah, blah. I told my guys, calm down. They want us to investigate. We responded and said, this is nonsense. Because the state, Kaduna State, earned about 900 billion in the 8 years I was in office. Now, 45% of that disappearing, I would like to see from where it went. And out of that 900 billion, 500 something billion was salaries and overheads. Okay? So I would really want to see a breakdown where that money was taken from and to where. Now, when we responded and got the report, I told my commissioners, government is big. A lot can happen below your level that you don't know. So let's not say anything. Let's wait and see. The anti-corruption agencies, particularly ICPC, have been inviting our people. They have found nothing since then. Okay? An administration that's supposed to have siphoned away 423 billion, so far 2 people have been charged. One for 64 million that was paid to his account as reimbursement for something he did for the government. Another for, I think, 115 million that they said he sold government properties and the money didn't get to the account. The money went into the account and they know. Okay? I thought my commissioners or any one of us would be charged for billions. But these are paltry amounts. Now, what's happening in the ICPC? The EFCC has done its investigations and they have not charged anybody because there is nothing, all right? But the ICPC, whose chairman is the brother of a friend of ours called Farouk Adamu Aliyu, who is a very close friend of Nuhu Ribadu, reports to Nuhu Ribadu on this. This project of destroy Nasir Rufai is Nuhu Ribadu's conception. He's the architect and he's the builder of that project and he's the one working with Ubasani to implement it. So far, it has been frustrating for them because they have not been able to find anything. In fact, what they have resorted to doing in the last 2 weeks is to be calling lower level people and some of my officials and saying, implicate Nasir Rufai and your problems will go away. This is what the ICPC has become. The EFCC is far more professional. They have, done a much better job of it. And now that we have seen that the whole thing is a charade, we are going to start fighting back. Right. Okay? Charles, I've been in public service for a long time. I was advisor to Abdusalam Abubakar. I've been DG of BPE, I've been Minister of FCT and Governor of Kaduna State. I swear to you, I swear to God, I have never in my life taken a penny that I'm not entitled to. In fact, in Kaduna State, in my first term of office, because we took a vow along with my late Deputy Governor that we'll be donating 50% of our salaries and allowances back to the state coffers, I did that. I gave my own entitlements to the government, and I have treasury receipts for that.
Right.
I have never taken a penny of it. But somebody wants to destroy my reputation. Why? Nuhu Ribadu wants to be president in 2031.
Well,
he has to eliminate every northerner that he thinks is in the radar. That's what's going on.
On that note, I have to say thank you very much indeed for taking the time to talk to us, and also to say that Nuhu Ribadu, members of the APC, have a right of reply if they want to reply to the things you have said here. But it's been an absolute delight having you here. And your forthrightness is always appreciated. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you,
Nasir
Charles.
El Rufai is the former governor of Kaduna State, and this was the first interview he's granted to any news organization since he left public office in May 2023. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, Charles.
That's it for this edition of Arise Prime Time. Join us again tomorrow from